Hello friends, in the last lecture we have started a topic of quantum mechanical model of atom. Okay, and in that now we can see some important features of the quantum mechanical model of atom. Important features of the quantum mechanical model of atom. Okay, so what are the important is that just we can go back to our notes. So what are the important features is that very simple. It consists all the important points you learned previously. Okay, that was in Bohr's model and dual behavior, de Broglie's model, de Broglie's law, as well as the Heisenberg uncertainty principles. Okay, very simple. What are the important features? The energy of electron in an atom is quantized. Okay, where it is you learn in the Bohr's atomic model. Okay, in the Bohr's atomic model every energy level is quantized. Okay, that fixed. Okay, so that is from Bohr's model of atom. And the next one is that the existence of quantized electronic energy levels is a direct result of the wave-like properties of electrons and are allowed solutions of Schrodinger wave equation. Okay, so whatever that, remember these. Okay, so whatever that the existence of quantized electronic energy levels is a direct result of the wave-like properties of electrons and are allowed solutions of Schrodinger wave equations. Okay, and where you learn this is from the de Broglie equation. Okay, because what the de Broglie said, the electrons possess the dual behavior. They all okay, particle nature as well as the wave nature. Okay, and how they rotate around the nucleus in the wave form. Okay, and the third one here they introduced a new concept, that is the psi. Okay, in the quantum mechanics you know the psi. Okay, what is the psi? The psi is nothing but a wave function. Psi is nothing but a wave function. Okay, so here in this all the information about the electron in an atom is contained in its orbital wave function. Okay, so that means for each and every electron they assign a psi, and that psi gives the information about the electron. Okay, and quantum mechanics makes it possible to extract these information from psi. Okay, so how you will extract that information from the psi? By using the quantum mechanics. Okay, these are the words you have to remember. That's it. Okay, and both the exact position and exact velocity of an electron in an atom cannot be determined simultaneously. You know this from the Heisenberg uncertainty. So that is the reason why the path of an electron can never be determined accurately. Okay, this also we learned, right? So once if you able to find the exact position and the velocity, then only you can say there is a path, exact path. You can say exact path. But here you are unable to find out the exact velocity as well as the position. So that where is the accurate path? Okay, so the path of an electron can never be determined accurately. Okay, hence it is used a probability factor. Okay, already I said the probability, instead of that exact momentum and exact position they used a probability. Okay, so the probability factor, what is the probability factor? It is a chi square for the finding of an electron in an atom. The probability factor also called it as a probability density. Okay, chi square. It is a chi square is nothing but the probability factor. Okay. So what are the features? Here he has mentioned 4 different features. So first one, all the energy levels are quantized. Okay, next one is that again the quantized electronic energy levels are the result of the wave-like properties and again are allowed solutions of the Schrodinger wave equation. And the next third one, he assigned a chi for an each electron. All the information about the electron in an atom is contained in its orbital wave function. Chi, you call it as a orbital wave function. Okay, and the information you can extract from chi by using the quantum mechanics. And again, the both exact position and exact velocity of an electron you cannot be determined simultaneously. So that is the reason why you cannot say any exact path for the electron, but you can only use the probability. Maybe that is there at this position, probability. Okay, so that probability factor is nothing but a chi square, psi into psi square, and that you can, by using that you can find out an electron in an atom. Okay, right. Next we can see the significance of psi. Significance of psi. Okay, so what is the significance of psi? So it is a wave function. Already I said it is a chi is a orbital wave function. Okay, it is a wave function, and whose value depends upon the coordinates of the electron in the atom. Okay, that depends upon the coordinates, where x direction or y direction or z direction. Okay, if it is there in the x direction, you can get the x value, some value for the x. Okay, so that depends on the coordinates of the electrons in the atom and does not carry any physical meaning. Generally, it doesn't have any physical meaning. Okay, and it gives the information about the amplitude of the wave function. Amplitude means how much intensity it is there. Amplitude, the difference between here to here. This is a, if suppose this is a wave and you assume it is a psi wave and it is like this. Okay, the psi wave, right? And this psi has positive value, negative value, as well as a zero. Okay, you assume here it is going like this, and if the center is a zero, and obviously the upper portion is a positive and the down portion is the negative. Okay, that is all about the significance of psi. Generally the psi doesn't have much significance, but the chi square has a more significance because it is a probability factor. Probability factor of finding of an electron. It is a probability factor to find an electron. Okay, right, so that it has a very good significance compared to the simple chi, and it gives the information about the probability of finding of an electron in small region or space around the nucleus. Okay, so this is very important. It gives the information about the probability of finding of an electron around the nucleus. Okay, and you know that it has a always positive value. How you can say? So psi square is nothing but psi into psi. Okay, so you know that the positive value, positive into positive is equal to positive, and again the here it is a negative, so negative into negative is equal to again positive, and here positive into positive is equal to positive. Okay, so that is the reason why the chi always be positive, always it contains the positive value. Okay, again by using this chi square they introduced a new term. Up to now you didn't hear this. This is orbital. A very important. Up to now we didn't uh, talked about orbitals, right? We didn't use this word orbital. You know the orbital, but right up to this we didn't talked anything about the orbital. Here it is, the orbital concept started. The orbital, you know, the s orbitals, p orbitals, d orbital, f orbitals. Okay, all of you know, you learned in the 10th class, right? Okay, so what is this orbital then? So the orbital is nothing but the space or region around the nucleus. If this is the nucleus, in the around nucleus where the probability of finding of an electron is maximum is called a orbital. Okay, where is that? What is that orbital? The space. What is the space? Here the space where around the nucleus where the probability of finding of an electron is maximum, that you can call it as a orbital. Okay, so maximum means what is that maximum? Chi square is maximum. If the chi square is maximum, where the electron probability of finding of an electron is high, and again that region you call it as a orbital. That region you call it as a orbital. Okay, so let us take some example. That the hydrogen, you assume it as a hydrogen 1 and in this, you know, this is a nucleus and there is a 1 electron around it. Okay, so generally you know that the hydrogen will be there in the s orbital, and it is the s orbitals in the spherical in shape. Okay, so like this they will mention. How they mention like this s orbital is like this, because it is according to the quantum mechanics, the finding of electron around this region is very high. That means the probability of finding of electron in this space is maximum. So you see electron maybe sometime here, these dots are nothing but electron position. Maybe at one time is here, 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 at one time is here. It is not constant. What the Bohr said? The Bohr said the electron revolve in this particular path only, but according to the classical mechanics, in this total region, it will be there, it will move. It moves in this total region like this with more intensity. And when you go outside to this path, the intensity is very less. The intensity will be very less. So simply you can say, oh, here itself in this region only it is staying maximum probability. So outside it is only 1%, but in this region it is 99% it is there inside. So you can say that, oh, in that hydrogen, that electron is it is rotating in this region. So you can say the probability here, it is a 99%, the chi square, the maximum. So that is the reason why they call this as a orbital. What orbital? They call it as a s orbital. Okay, now are you clear with this? So here the orbital concept started, right? Now there is a one more word, node. What is the node? Okay, so if you want, so just look at this diagram. With this also you can understand very easily. Okay, so here is a 1s orbital. Look at here, and where the finding of electron is maximum, maybe in this circle, right outside. Look at this outside, it is very small. So in this circle only the electron can be present. 99% accuracy I am telling. I am not telling about the 100%. That is the reason probability. Okay, so this is 1s. And come to the 2s, you know the 2s, there will be a 1s, here it is a 1s, and the remaining is a second, what is that? Principal quantum numbers, that you will learn later. Okay, you also learn that. Okay, so this 1s orbital is inside and 2s orbital is here. So that means first electron revolved in this small region only, and the second electron is revolving in this region. Okay, so now you can say, so if two electrons are there, you assume this is the nucleus, one electron is revolving here with the maximum intensity. One electron is revolving around here. Okay, the maximum probability, not intensity, sorry, with the maximum probability, and outside it is very less. Okay, and for that you can make a border. Yeah, this is the border for that electron, right? And coming to the next electron, second electron, it is taking here it is revolving, here it is revolving. The maximum probability. The maximum probability. Outside it is very less. So now you can say here it is a one more orbital. What is that orbital? It is a 2s orbital. Here it is 2s orbital. Okay. Now there is a gap between these two, right? 1s and 2s. This gap. And here is there any electrons? No. Maximum electrons are either here or the second electron is here. So in between this, here there is no electrons. So that means where the finding of electron, the probability of finding of an electron is 0. So what is the probability of finding of electron? Chi square is 0. Probability 0. Avuna kada? Here it is the probability is maximum and here it is the maximum. But here the probability is very less, or simply you can say it is a 0. Okay, so that is nothing but a node. It is nothing but a node, okay, where the probability of finding of an electron is 0. Okay, that is nothing but a node. Okay. Yeah, what is the node? Where the point or place at which probability of finding of an electron is 0 is called as a node, and where the chi square is equal to 0. Very simple. And again in the nodes, two types, radial node and angular nodes. Radial node means nodes with respect to the radius, that means like this. After some radius there is a some okay, here I am showing. So here after some radius, here there is a empty space, so here is a one node. And again after some space, after some distance there is a some space, and here is the finding of electron is 0. Okay, so these nodes you call it as a radial nodes that you can understand very easily. The number of radial nodes is equal to the n minus L minus 1. What is the n? The n is nothing but a principal quantum number, L is equal to azimuthal quantum number, and minus 1. These you will learn later, quantum numbers. You already know principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number. Okay. And there is another type, angular nodes. Angular nodes means nodes with respect to the angle, called as an angular node or nodal planes. Okay. So these you cannot explain like that, simple in a two-dimensional diagram with some angles in a xy direction or xz direction or yz directions. So with some angles you can find out a node. You cannot see complete around that. You can see at a particular position. Okay. So here you are seeing with some distance complete around the nucleus. But in some cases what will happen? Maybe if this is the x direction, if this is the y direction, you can see some space here, some space. This sums here the chi square is equal to 0. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఉండదు అన్నమాట, ఈ ప్లేస్లో ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఉండదు. దట్ మీన్స్ ఇది మొత్తం చెప్పలేం కదా గుండ్రంగా, రౌండ్గా రేడియస్తో చెప్పలేం కదా. సో ఒక యాంగిల్తో చెప్పగలుగుతాం. సో దట్ మీన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్ సమ్వేర్ ఇన్ XY యాంగిల్. ఓకే. సో వాట్ ఆర్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ యాంగులర్ నోడ్స్ ఫర్ అన్ ఆర్బిటాల్? ఒక ఆర్బిటాల్కి మరి ఎన్ని యాంగులర్ నోడ్స్ ఉంటాయి? Okay, number of radial nodes per an orbital is n minus L minus 1, and angular nodes for an orbital, here it is only L. Okay, so now the total number of nodes for an orbital is n minus L minus 1 plus L. Okay, ఈ రెండింటిని కలిపితేనే కదా total nodes, that is n minus 1. So the total number of nodes is equal to n minus 1. So this is total number of nodes, that is n minus 1. Okay, so now find out make a table and find out the n value, L value, n minus L value. Okay, so for 1s orbital, what is the n value? and for what is the L value, what is the radial nodes, what are the angular nodes. Okay, so if you don't know the N, what is the L, and okay, so that we will learn in the next class, okay, in the next lecture.